Hello and welcome back to the I'm Hungry podcast. I'm Foster.
I'm Daniel.
Busy times. It's been a little
Yes.
bit. What is
Been
this,
kinda
like a little
crazy.
over 2 weeks since the
Yeah,
last
it's
one?
been a while. It's been so busy. And it's not just us, it's like everybody. I was
Yeah.
like asking Owen something. I
Mhm.
just wanted him to look at some pictures and like he wasn't responding. So today I like just called him because I was wondering if my messages weren't working or something. And he answered like almost immediately and was like, I'm busy. I'm not ignoring you. Bye. Like he had to go. And like somebody else in my hall I talked to is also really busy. I don't know. It just seems like everyone's kind of nuts right now.
Yeah, things are going pretty crazy right now. I like even like ASU has like this it's not like a sanctioned ASU thing, but there's like an Instagram called like ASU Confessions or whatever, and people can like send in like anonymous like little things to say, like confessions,
Okay.
and like it says like it'll say like their age and like and like what year they are.
Yeah.
And there was this one thing that was posted on it. It was like, does anybody else feel like this semester is like way more hectic with way more work, or is it just me? And it was a
Yeah.
guy, and he was like a senior at like the
Oh
poly
wow.
campus, so like he definitely knows what college should be like, right? I
Yeah.
guess. um, and even he, I guess, thinks that this semester is abnormally crazy and work intensive.
Huh.
I honestly don't know how I'm making it through so far.
You
I've had
sound tired. Like
I'm
sound
Yeah,
done with it.
I think I might even be a little sick.
Oh no.
Not like coronavirus sick, just like
Yeah.
actual sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Actual sick.
but yeah, I've been sleeping so much lately,
Oh
and
really?
shit's just been so fucked. Like,
Is your sleep schedule normal or is it still weird?
no, because my boss put me on Fridays and Sundays working, like nights.
Oh.
And I asked him, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't. I told him on Friday, this past Friday, I was like, I can't do this. And he was like, well. And I was like, I used to work like Tuesdays and Sundays, which was like
Yeah.
manageable. But the Friday, like having to go from like 10 to 5 a.m. on a Friday night and then sleep all Saturday and then do it again
And
the
then
next
yeah,
like
that's like your
Sunday
whole
night.
weekend's gone.
Yeah, that too. My whole weekend's like fucked. And then, yeah, it's just like, I'm so tired.
Did you manage to change your hours or you
I don't know. I asked him on Friday. I was like, I need to be taken off one of the weekend days. And he told me, he was like, well, we probably won't be able to take you off Friday because that's when we need help. Even though I don't really think that they need that much help on Friday, but it's whatever.
Mm,
So I'll
that
probably be
sucks.
taking off Sundays, which is probably the better choice, anyways. It's
Yeah, I mean
because
right
like,
before the week.
yeah, I won't be working till 5 a.m. on a Monday morning.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, my week wasn't great.
My
It was like
Yeah, and like
mixed.
my week was just this kind of shit on top of that as well. But you go first, yeah.
uh, well, so it was like good and bad things. Like good things, I'm working on a new. Oh, I finished the concerto. Oh man, so yeah, we've been gone for a while.
Nice.
Yeah, I did the concerto competition. I didn't win anything. They don't show the only standings they show are like who won and who was the alternate. So out of seven, I wasn't.
First and second.
Yeah, out of seven entrants, I wasn't first or second. I wasn't expecting to win anything, but I'm gonna get comments from the judges apparently at some point, so that'll be nice. So that it was cool that I finished that, and now I'm working on new music, so that was fun. Um, I lost my hat last semester. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I had this really nice hat that my dad gave me.
You did not
Uh,
tell me about the hat.
I did tell you about the
No,
hat.
I've never heard about this hat before.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, yeah. So it's a nice hat. It's like a green. It's like a sun, like for going out and like my dad has one for flying his kite. He got that originally, and I liked it. So like I always wanted to wear it, and he wouldn't let me wear it. So then eventually he got me one just as a
Nice.
gift.
Nice.
So now I had that hat, and I brought it with me to my dorm and whatever. And then when I was moving out last semester, they're not moving out, but packing up my essentials to go home, I took it with me, and I didn't realize until I got home that I no longer had it. Like, it was no longer with me, and I couldn't figure out where I dropped it. But I mean, it must have been at my dorm. I figured it was in the hallway or something, and probably somebody would find it. So for several weeks, I like did a lot of emailing about like, emailing the maintenance, or, just went through a lot of red tape to try and figure out who could maybe tell me where it might be. Like, it wasn't in the lost and found, and they said they were gonna tell people to look for it, maintenance people, if they found it, to put it in the lost and found or something. And they never found it, so I eventually just ordered a new one, and it got here like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few days after that, I was walking in the hallway and I saw one of the like maintenance people on my floor wearing the hat.
Damn. So he stole your
So
hat.
well, I figured that he probably found it like outside or on the ground in the lobby or something. I mean, on the ground inside the building would definitely be like, okay, you needed to return that to the
Man stole your
lost and
hat. What'd
found.
you do?
Yeah. I emailed so it was a moral dilemma, right?
Yeah.
I approached
You
it from
have a
the
new hat. You have a new one.
I had a new hat. So yeah, that originally I was like, you know what? I'm fine with it. He's got a hat, I've got a hat. It's all good. But then over the next few days I was like, you know what? I don't I don't feel like that was the right solution. Like, I don't feel good about that because
Yeah, you're like, wait a
that hat
second.
does not belong to him. Like, he did take somebody's property. So he
Yeah,
did
but
a morally wrong action, right?
maybe
And so
maybe he did. Maybe he like put it in the lost and found. No, but you said you were checking the lost and found,
I
right?
checked the lost and found, yeah. So
So he
like
just took
I
that
had been
bitch.
checking, so it wasn't like he put it in and then went back to get it when nobody claimed it. I several times I asked them. So
He
I
just took
decided,
that shit.
he
He
did a
said
morally bad action.
he said nice
And
hat, mine.
what?
He was like, ooh, nice hat, mine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know the situation. So I was thinking I emailed the building manager and told him what had happened, but I didn't describe any, like, the person or the hat. Um, and he even asked after my initial email for me to do that, and I was like, I don't want anyone to lose their job, because I decided that losing your job for that was not justice from the utilitarian point of view, because like, I don't know what that guy's situation is. I
Yeah,
don't want to make him lose his job, because it's a stupid thing to lose a job over, or to get like seriously reprimanded for,
yeah.
or have that's just not worth, it's not equal. So I decided the most just thing to do is just get the hat back. And I know so I did that eventually, and now I have two hats, which doesn't make any sense, it's excessive, but I think morally I
Now,
found the
yeah,
right solution.
yeah.
Everything, I think now everything is good.
Why didn't you just like go up to him once you saw him and you were like, hey?
Well, because it was like I didn't really know what I should do
Yeah.
then, because
Okay.
at that point I was initially thinking, you
This
know
is
what, he's
the
got the hat,
yeah.
I've got the hat, I'm okay with it. But then later I was like, no. So I just waited until I saw him around again, and then caught up with him, and then asked him. He was really nice. He said he found it like in the street outside the dorm. So somehow I
Damn.
dropped it out there. So that's it's reasonable to pick that hat up. I mean, you still should probably turn it into the lost and found, but whatever. So he was really nice, and he brought it back. He put it in the lost and found the next day, and I went and picked it up. So it's all good.
Nice.
But yeah. So anyway, that was a long story for like one thing that was like good. I also got a chess set.
Cool.
Um, I wanted a chess set to like maybe play with some people here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like looking around for like plastic tournament sets or something. But then I remembered that in the finale of the Queen's Gambit, the boards or the sets that they played with, the pieces were like, I when I saw those in the show, I was like, well, those are really pretty pieces. Like, those are the only pieces I've ever seen that I'm like, wow, I would actually like those, to be mine. So I wondered if they were an actual like historical set, and they are. And I found a vintage one, a vintage Soviet chess set on Etsy. That's the exact same one that they used, and I bought it. And it's like nice wood. It's not weighted, but it's like just a really really lovely set. And it came with the original like folding board. So now I've got a really cool, unique chess set, and it's the one that it's like my dream chess set
Yeah.
as of right now. So that was cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. How about? Okay, I've been talking for a while, so why don't you say has anything gone well this week for you, or has it all just been bad?
It was going well at first, right? Like I was getting my homework done, like I was getting like stuff done in advance even. Like I was finishing homework on like Tuesday that I needed to get done like Thursday. I was
Nice.
feeling good, and then like Wednesday it just all came crashing down because like Wednesday night I decided to go out and I just like like ended up couldn't really like didn't really do much the next day. Long story short, didn't really do
Yeah.
much the next day. Sort of like it just messed up everything. So it was sort of my doing,
Yeah.
but it really just put a hard break on like the vibe that I had going.
That's the worst.
And I was thinking about it and I was just kind of pissed off because I was like I like this week I even like did extra work and I still ended up like behind. Like
Yeah.
how did that work out? I was just like, damn, school really sucks. And then I had to go to work, so
Oh.
but yeah, it's just like this week has both been like super long and super short at the same time for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, and like um I joined a frat. Like
Oh, nice.
I officially am in Alpha Sigma Phi now.
Isn't it Phi? Or is
Phi, Phi, they're two different I think ones.
Oh, really? Wait, is it PHI or like something else?
PHI, yeah, but I don't
Oh,
know. Alpha Sigma Phi, Alpha Sigma Phi, something like that.
okay.
Um, but I'm officially a member of that
Right.
for eternity
Is that the
now.
one that you liked that you
Yeah,
mentioned?
yeah.
Okay. Are you excited about it?
Yes, I am excited.
Cool.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
Like highly considering like just quitting Taco Bell, even though I
See ya
don't
tomorrow.
have like another job lined up yet.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
it's so much.
those
And
hours just sound terrible.
like the thing is that they're not that bad. Like I've been thinking about it, and at my old job I used to work at Zoomies, right?
Yeah.
I was working like 5 hour shifts probably like 4 days of the week. Like after school stuff like that,
Yeah.
like
Right.
two to seven, two to closing, like 4 days a week. So I feel like I spent so much more of my time at like Zoomies compared to Taco Bell,
Yeah.
but it's
But I
just
mean,
the hours are like for Taco Bell are like destroying me. Like
yeah. I was gonna say
I
like,
don't do anything during the week because I'm constantly trying to catch up on sleep,
yeah.
and
Right.
yeah, I'm probably gonna like call my mom and ask her like, is this okay if I do this?
Yeah. I
Honestly,
feel like it's probably the right call. I mean, like, yeah, like I understand, like overall, the total hours and like total time of your day spent is more for Zoomies, but like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., those are the hours.
yeah,
Like that, I
and
can't even imagine
it's
staying
not
up.
even 5 a.m. either because it's a 24-hour Taco Bell, and the way that the time schedule is set up is that technically they close at 4 a.m., right?
Okay.
And but so that means that no one really gets scheduled until 5 a.m. And for some reason, all the morning people like to show up late, like every day. So I
Oh,
don't end up getting off until like 6.
geez.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't imagine staying up like doing that on a regular basis, even if it's only 2 days a week. You know, it's just health wise, the hours for Taco Bell are way worse than the hour, even
Yeah.
all of the days combined for Zoomies.
I'm like the only one that's like in school at the same time.
Oh, really?
There, yeah. Ironically enough, with how close it is to like the ASU
Yes.
campus, you'd think there would be a lot more students there. But I'm the only one that like is going to school at the same time while working those kinds of shifts. Like everybody that works with me on those shifts is either just not in school or that's like their full-time position. That's
Yeah.
like their full-time deal. Um
Hmm.
so yeah. And like I like that's the other thing, like when I asked my boss, I have like two bosses, right? There's like one guy and there's another girl that like was working with me on that shift, and she was like, what are your out, like what days do you go to school? I was like Monday through Friday. And she was like, okay, well, like what are your earliest classes? I was like, I have a 9 a.m. every day. And she was like, okay, what time do you get off? I was like, 4, except on Fridays I get off at 12. Oh, sorry, that was my phone.
Right.
And I was just like, it made me even realize for a second. I was like, I'm busy. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so tiring. And then like, my classes aren't exactly going the best right now. There could be going worse, but they're not going like well, I would say.
Okay.
Um, it's just like lots of assignments that are piling on top of each other.
Yeah. I've had a lot.
I'm mainly struggling just to get done rather than like absorbing.
Yeah. No, that was exactly me. Like this last week and a half or whatever. Or no, I guess just week. But I think I may be over that hump of like all the assignments piling up, like the first few weeks or whatever. I guess it's more than the first few weeks now, but like I'm looking at what I have scheduled next week, like in my planner, and it's a lot like just on the paper, it's a lot less looking than what I had last week. And I'm pretty sure it's not because I'm missing anything. It's just I finally figured out like what the schedule is going to be for each class, so I don't have as many things like stressing me out at a time. So I may be over that like period of like disorganization that we were talking about before. But I totally get the like for I'm in linear algebra, and so far I have not really been absorbing the information. Like I do in lessons, and then I just kind of it kind of leaves, or most of it just leaves by the time that I actually have to do the homework. So then I do the homework because I need to get it done, not necessarily because I want to learn or because I need to learn the information. So it's just yeah, I'm hoping to change that this starting now. Now that I know what's going on, I'm hoping that like in math class in high school, I liked doing the homework because I actually learned the stuff from the homework. And here it's just kind of like I learned the bare minimum to get the homework done,
Yeah.
hopefully correctly, and then I submit it, and then I'm like, okay, next thing.
Mhm.
So, the thing that made my week kind of suck was a physics exam on I guess it was on Friday. So really, it was just the back half of the week that sucked. But physics exam, I ran out of time on like the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I did really badly because of that. And so it's just like, uh, now I've got to. I mean, yeah, I should be fine. Like I know physics, the problem is I just work. I'm like a tortoise with physics. I take my time and set up the
Yeah.
problem, and I have to
Physics has
think
been
through.
kicking my ass too.
Oh, you take yeah, I forgot you were taking it as well. Yeah, it's just like, I like to set up the problems, and I like to think through each step. Even if I know how it's done, I don't like getting into the like memorization of like the steps. I like to think about what's going on and set it up so that I can check myself later.
Yeah.
And that just killed me. Like I just spent way too long. I got to get faster at it. And it just so I like there were only like 5 questions, but there were multi-part questions. It's kind of like an AP pre-response test. So
Mhm.
I did some of them, and then I just ran out of time, and I had to write down like what I would have done, and I got like 3 points on a 20-point question. It's just terrible.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So now I've got to actually like exceed on the next, because there's only like 3 exams and then the final. So it's just really
I haven't even
irritating.
had any tests yet.
Oh, really?
Like at all.
Weird. That was like
I
me last
it's
semester.
like
And
it yeah.
you had tests, like a lot more exams than I did last semester, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like that was the case.
I
And
don't
I've
know.
got I've got an exam tomorrow.
Yeah, this shit's just like stressing me out because it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, like my teachers are like low key ass with putting grades in, and it makes me so like nervous all the time
Yeah.
because I'm just like I don't know what's going on.
My physics lab is like that. I don't have any grades for that, even though we've had a formal report and two other like worksheets for the labs turned in, and I've done them, and no grade. I haven't gotten any. Maybe like I don't know whether he's not received it or like I did it at the wrong time or something's really really wrong or whatever. But it's just he hasn't put in the grade yet, and it's like really stressing me out.
Dude, college is just stressful. College is just stressful, bro.
Oh, because that kind of thing is like I would like to know, especially it's just the beginning. It's the beginning that seems to be the worst, you know? I mean, I guess we're only in the beginning of the second semester right now, but
Is this still
like
the beginning or is this the middle?
I don't really know. It feels like the beginning because I still haven't gotten a grade for my first freaking lab assignment. And the
I've had
problem is that I
one
want to get a
lab
grade for
class.
that. I want to
I've
get a grade for that assignment because then I know if I'm approaching the labs correctly. You know, it's like when you do an
yeah.
assignment for a new class, you don't really know what they're expecting, so you're not sure whether you did it right, and you get a bad grade, or you get you do worse than you wanted or something, and then you know what to improve on the next time, and then you're good. You know the
Yeah.
system. This time I submitted three things. It's like having a blindfold on. I don't know what like I follow the instructions, but there's always little quirks for each grader that change what they want, and so I've done three of them without knowing what those quirks are. It's just really really irritating.
Bro, we really got fucked. Just everybody in general, but like I feel like definitely our year
Yeah.
like it's so cliche to say this, but like I feel like like this coronavirus thing is going to be but it's kind of going to it's I don't know how to describe it because it's not like a plague, right? Like the same way that like a Spanish flu or the Black Death was, but it's a pandemic and
Yeah.
it's so like unique in its fashion because I don't know. The death toll is high and it just feels like from a younger standpoint we don't have as much risk. It's not as serious, but it is serious at the same time and I don't know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
it's going to go down in history as like a big thing, I feel, and we're right in the middle of this bitch at like one of the fucking most important like transitional periods of our life.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off so much
Yeah.
because it's just so fucked. I don't know what to do, bro. I don't know what to like. This is gonna be like I had to walk up a mountain both ways to get to school when I was your age. Like when my kids are in college, like senior year, I'm gonna milk this shit so hard. I'm gonna be like, oh, you're not going on your ski trip for senior year. Oh, I didn't have a senior year. I didn't have a senior year, so I had to drive through graduation and stick my head out the window while they took a picture of me with my diploma, and then I just drove home after. That was it. And then, and then they're gonna be like in college, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, like classes are so hard." I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, imagine like not being able to actually even go to class.
Like
Like imagine,
I can't find any of my classes. I don't have any classes to find. I
yeah,
don't have to go anywhere. Ugh. I know what you mean.
yeah, like literally, I'm gonna milk this shit so hard."
Well, I can't really think of anything else to talk about.
No, it's just like Bro. Do you think you're still gonna stick with your major?
Yeah, no, the only class that I'm really love going to is chemistry. Like I love organic chemistry so far. It
Yeah.
just makes so much sense, and I just love everything. Like I know how to name molecules now. Like it's just like I'm understanding more of the stuff that I've always like wanted to understand in chemistry class. So it's just cool. Um, so I really enjoy going to the. I really enjoy like doing the tests and the homework. So I'm definitely sticking with chemical engineering.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like
but
low
I
key
hate
same.
physics. I
Like
hate having to take physics again. It's the same stuff we did in high school too.
see, no,
It's
I
not like
liked physics a lot in high school. I thought
I
physics
did
was
too.
super cool. But
Yeah, it was fun.
I just think that Miss Johnson was a really good teacher now. Like my physics teacher doesn't know what the like. I feel like she doesn't even know what's going on. Like like
I just hate
we'll be
having
in
to
class and
redo
she'll
it.
just be like this, and I'll be like, huh? And she'll be like, it just works that way. See, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then like we'll be doing like questions and shit on like we'll be doing like we use this thing called like iClicker Reef, which is like basically just like Kahoot,
Okay,
but
yeah.
like one way. I don't know. Um, and we like pick the answer. She's like, how do I do this? I'm like, bro, you're the teacher. Like, I don't know. Um, yeah, like fuck physics.
I just hate having to like retake it. It's not. It's basically retaking it. It's just the
If
mechanics, right?
AP physics was a thing in high school for us, I would have taken
Yeah.
that bitch.
Oh yeah.
Way over AP bio. Like, I wanted to take AP physics, but it wasn't an option. But
Yeah.
like the year after we left, it was, and I'm pissed.
I just I'm. It's like English. Like I had to take English last semester. Are you taking English?
No, because I had dual enrollment.
Okay, so yeah, you did the smart thing. I took AP, so
Yeah,
apparently
fuck
I
AP,
didn't get
dude.
half of the credit that I need for English. I didn't get, so I had to take freaking 2 years worth. So I did the honors class. That's one semester accelerated, whatever, stupid. And that whole class was just me BSing it and just getting through it because I'm
Because
just
it's
so
an
sick.
English class.
Yeah, I'm just so sick of having to find or explain the themes and write out like learn how to take like soap notes or something and
Yeah,
write a
fuck that
make
shit,
a
bro.
learning portfolio. It's just oh my god, I'm so sick of it. So
Bro, I'm a
I'm
STEM
done with English.
major. Like, why are you making me do this?
It's just why do I
I'm never
why
gonna
am I
have to
doing
write
AP?
soap notes in my entire life
Yeah,
ever again.
yeah. You don't remember Cornell notes?
Yeah,
I learned those. We had to learn those like in fifth grade, like in
yeah,
elementary school, because like
yeah.
it's going to be really important for college. And I
Bro,
hated it then,
I've
and I had to do a
literally
little bit of it in
never.
middle school, and I hated it then, and like maybe a little bit in high school, and I absolutely hated it then, and I haven't had to do it since. Like I have not found the need to actually do like the columns where you ask questions to yourself and
I
like the summary.
literally same. I remember like I was in fifth grade, exactly, yeah. And the teachers were like, like I do these in college, and like they even had students that were in college at the time come in and be
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, I use these on like all my notes. Like I only use Cornell notes, and I was like, oh, okay, word. Never used them again, like ever, except for
yeah.
like 2 times for like Cross's class.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's like occasionally you'll use it just because the teacher like suggests it or something, but you never actually use it because it's useful to you. Like the way I take notes has been fine for me since
Yeah,
fourth grade.
like the way I take notes is like bullet points. That's it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I put little
like
sections sometimes.
topic right at like on the top, and then bullet points like about it, and then
Yeah.
like I do it on my computer, so it's just like return, start new one.
I don't want to draw all these lines and make sections where I summarize stuff and put little keynotes and ugh.
Maybe it's because like that's what they were doing when they were in college, and like they expected like, oh, they're gonna be doing this when they're in college too,
Yeah.
but they didn't realize that computers would be a thing when
Well,
they were
it
in
always seemed
college.
like when you were taught Cornell notes and stuff, it was like that's like the scientifically proven method of note taking or whatever. And
Yeah.
maybe it is, maybe it actually really does help, but it has not, like, I have not noticed a
Like not even
negative.
my professors have been like, "Have you guys heard of Cornell notes?" They've just been like, eh.
Like they don't care. Yeah, it's just. Ugh.
Um,
It's
but
exactly yeah. So English or physics is exactly like English is exactly like Cornell notes.
fuck all of them. But yeah, I agree that like my major class has so far has been like the one class that like I enjoy doing and going to and like
Nice.
doing the work for.
What class is it?
It's literally like a material science engineering class. It's like
Oh yeah.
MSc 250.
Nice.
And I have like a 90 in the class right now, so I feel good about
Sweet.
it and like yeah. But even that's a lot of work, man. Like homework
Yeah.
like every other day, and it's just like, do you ever think like, do you look at your schedule now and think like, how the fuck did high school work? Like, do you ever have that
Like,
thought? Like,
what do you mean? Like, how did?
we'd wake up at like 6:45 a.m.,
Oh,
go to class, get to school by like 7:30, 7:45, go to class straight until like 2:20, and then like you would go to orchestra. I'd go to like swim or some like other after school
yeah.
thing. We do that until like what 4:35, and then do like 5 hours of homework. Hang on, someone's knocking at my door.
I mean,
Yeah, someone terrorized our home.
oh boy.
What the fuck? Alright, well, I'm recording a podcast right now. I'll be out in like. I'm recording a podcast. Okay, I'll give them the lowdown. Like in our dorm or like on the hallway.
Something terrible has happened.
Fucking apparently someone just like threw trash all around our room. It was probably the girls next door. They like to fuck with us sometimes. But we're
Wait.
friends. What?
Wait, like all around your like room or outside your dorm?
In our room. So that means they like came in our room. Give me a second, Daniel. Entertain the people.
Wait, what's happened? Did he leave? Oh, Foster's gone. All right, it's just the Daniel podcast now. What were we talking about before? We can't even remember. Something blah blah. Oh, look at your high school schedule. All right, I'll just pretend Foster's here. Yeah, I mean, I think like
All right, I'm
work
back.
wise, this schedule. Oh, okay. I was pretending you weren't here.
Oh, you were?
I just started answering your question. I was just saying about like what you said about the high school schedule.
Yeah.
I think like the college schedule is. I mean, yeah, it's less work. It just kind of condenses. You know, your frame of the day gets smaller because you have like more time to sleep, and then you end up just having like the same density of stuff. I feel like as high school, but even if that's not the case, I like miss everything about high school. That's probably just because I like nothing here is in person, but I would like
I've
I
low key
wouldn't
been thinking
necessarily
that
go
too.
back to high school,
Yeah.
like, but if I just really like it's kind of like I would
It
go
was
back,
just like
but I wouldn't.
so, like maybe it's the fact that like we had been there for 4 years and like we had it down. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we knew our places,
yeah,
we knew our people, we knew our vibes, and
yeah.
like
That's probably true.
here it's like even if we wanted to like get that same sort of like consistency and familiarity, we can't because it's
Yeah,
online, right?
yeah,
And
yeah. That's totally it for sure. Like I guess yeah, it's like junior and senior year. Those are the
yeah,
years where
those
it's
were
like
the strides. Those
you
were like
totally know what's going on. And yeah, it's just and I cannot think of a single thing about high school that I didn't like. Like honestly, I
I
can't
can
think of
think
anything.
about things about high school I didn't like, but
Yeah,
every
but I mean, I just like the whole routine and the like like the way you interact with people every day, and yeah, it's just fun.
yeah,
I just like it. So I miss that a lot right now.
yeah. But yeah, I just don't even like. I definitely miss it a little bit too. But I don't understand how we did what we did. You know what I mean? Like looking at me now, I'll be like,
Yeah,
I'll wake up like I woke up at like 9 today,
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, ah, fuck, this is kind of early. Whereas if I got to sleep until 9 in high school, I'd be like, I am so well rested.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a
You'd go to
great
school and you'd like
day.
be like the king at school. It's
Yeah, you'd
like
feel
if you had to
so
go to
good.
school after that, like on late start days or something, you
Yeah,
just walk
cause
and you're like,
like, and you'd be like, oh, 11:30 already. Oh,
yeah,
nice. Like school's out in like
yeah.
in like 3 hours. Now it's like 11:30. I'm like, fuck. 5 o'clock is gonna be here in like 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I'm
Uh,
like, I just don't even understand. And then fucking, but okay, the trash wasn't in our room. We were mistaken.
okay, it was
The trash
outside.
wasn't in my room. It's in our hallway. Someone just like tore up a bunch of paper and like spread it all around the hallway, like a ton, like a shit ton of paper.
That's really weird.
I know.
Huh. Some
Um,
guy draws circles on the street outside my dorm. He literally has
Anarchy.
a wooden triangle, like a giant wooden compass, and goes all the way down the street making circles that are tangent to each other. Like he paves the street in chalk circles, and they're like 10 feet in diameter.
That's kind of neat. Are they like perfect
It's like an
circles?
art thing, I guess, but I saw it last semester. I didn't understand what was going on. And this semester I was like riding my bike and I saw him with this like giant wooden thing. He's just all alone in the middle of the street, just all the way around. And I was like, so that's how those got there.
Are they like
Bizarre.
perfect circles? Are they like
Yeah. And he like
geometrically sound?
making absolutely perfect circles.
That's pretty cool.
Now I want to. If I next time I see him, I'm gonna ask why. That's my next question.
Yeah. Be like, why? And he's gonna be like, I don't know. What if he was just like, I don't know, I think it's fun.
Yeah, I look
Like
circles.
no other backing behind it. The simplicity of the circle.
It's like his like Zen garden, like raking the sand,
Yeah,
creating chalk circles.
I need that. I've been reading my book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Uh, Dune.
Yeah,
It's
right.
the very, very artful words used by the author. What's his name? Frank Herbert. He's very good at describing things, maybe a little bit too good, because sometimes I'm like, wait, hang on, because he describes it so in depth that I'm like, okay, I could definitely picture what he has in mind, because he's usually in like such a painting of words here,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if I'm getting it right.
Okay.
Like I thought like the main characters, like the boy and his dad, I thought they were white for like this entire time. I'm on page like 208, and it was describing like the dad like walking out of like a military base, like from a different character's perspective,
Yeah.
and it like the character was like dark suit, like dark skin. And I was like, wait, hang on.
Hold on. What?
I had to like double back. I was like, okay, so he's like black. I was like, okay,
Well, so did the author describe that
yeah,
explicitly?
yeah.
Like no, like in the beginning, and you just missed it, or was it just like
Like
he never?
probably, I don't know. Maybe he didn't.
Well, I'm just curious. Like maybe
Maybe
he
I
just
maybe I
didn't.
have a racial bias towards white people. Damn, am I racist? She.
I mean, it's if he never explicitly said,
He probably did, and I just
you just
missed it.
assume,
Honestly,
yeah, like you. I mean, you like people like to assume. I think characters in books and stuff, you like to assume when you don't have like a frame of
you like
reference.
to self.
Yeah, you identify
insert.
with them, so you assume they're similar to you in whatever ways you don't know.
Yeah.
So, but maybe he did and you just missed it. I don't know.
But now that like honestly, now that like I have them as like a darker skinned person in my head,
Yeah.
it fits so much better. Like the color schemes and like I don't know, just like the picture of them in my head, it makes a lot more sense. I'm
Okay.
like
So maybe they
this
just
feels
yeah,
better. This feels better.
good characterization. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For I don't and I couldn't tell you why it feels better. It just does. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Good
That makes. I
on
mean, yeah.
good
There's probably
on
lots of little things because the author obviously intended them to, be black, or like when authors intend their characters to have any trait, and maybe they don't explicitly say it, it will always feel right when you discover that they had that trait in mind. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, now the character actually like clicks a little better than it did before.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's a
It's
good
cool.
book. Very good.
Nice.
It's honestly like kind of slow. I'm not gonna lie.
You
I'm
don't
on
like
page like 200, and basically what's happened is they got to the planet, and like some shit went down, and the dad is mad. Basically, like that's what happened so
That's what
far.
happened like the whole book so far.
In like the first like 200 pages, yeah.
I guess it is kind of slow.
And it's just like a testament to like how in depth he
Oh
goes
yeah.
on certain topics. But like at the same time when I'm reading it, I'm not like this is dragging on. Like I
Yeah.
made it to page like 200, and I didn't even I wasn't like, oh. I was like, oh, page
Yeah, right.
200. I was like, damn.
That's like Lonesome Dove. Like I mentioned that book, like I would get absorbed in that book because it's like
Yeah.
not really much happens in between things that are like really big deals,
Yeah.
but you don't notice it because you're just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah.
You're just part of the story, so it feels like you're living in the time in the like plot. So you don't
Yeah.
really care. You're not noticing that it's dragging because it just feels like your life.
Maybe it's
Kind of.
because there's like, yeah, maybe it's because there's like no like at least in this book there's like no time that isn't accounted for.
Yeah.
Like from the time they like are like even heading to the planet, like haven't even arrived yet, to the time I'm up to now, like I'm there from like a reader's perspective, like with at least one of the characters the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the same thing.
There's no like skip where it's like, oh, I went to bed and then I woke up and I went to this thing, and then we were at the battle or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like every single thing is like described as if I was there.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
that's
like
why.
it's the same. It was the same thing in Lonesome Dove, except maybe at the very end there was like a little bit of that, but not in like even when there's like a little bit of like they take a break from this story and go look at these characters or whatever, they always come back to the other characters and describe what happened in the break, or they just go right back to where they left off.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, there's no time that's not accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Fucking. Yeah.
Is that about it?
I want to buy more spray paint.
Why?
I don't know. I just really like spray paint.
Like paint
the
stuff with it?
what?
Do you paint stuff?
Sometimes
What do you do with it otherwise?
look at it, shake it around.
Okay.
I don't know. Like something about the aesthetic of spray paint and like graffiti and like sort of the anti-establishment nature of it
Yeah.
really appeals to me. Also, just like when you use spray paint, it's so smooth and the lines are so sharp and crisp and like, well, it's actually they're actually not sharp or crisp. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They're
they're
they're just I just love the effortlessness of it, I guess.
yeah. Well, they're consistent, right? The edges are
Mainly
always the same.
my main reason for like my love of spray paint recently is based off of a character from a manga that I was reading.
Okay.
It actually got adapted into like a 4 episode anime OVA. It's by this guy Tite Kubo. He's the guy that wrote Bleach, if you know it.
I don't know.
One of like the big like one it's called what one of the big three of like Shonen Jump is Bleach. So
Of
like
what?
the big three are like Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, right?
Wait, of what though? The big three of
Shonen
Sharn.
Jump, which is like the company. It's like the Marvel of anime.
Oh, okay, okay. It's a I thought it was like a genre or something.
No, it's like the Marvel of anime to
Okay.
best describe it. But like those are like the big three series that like really like put Shonen Jump, I guess, on the map. I don't know, but it's just like the three that everybody associates with Shonen Jump, or
Yeah.
at least used to back in like 2000s, 2010s. Now it's a little bit different because there's a lot more series that have come out. But this guy, he wrote this new series called Burn the Witch, and it's super cool. It's super stylized, and the art's like super good because this guy's been writing and drawing manga for like literal decades at this point. And there's this one character named Bruno Bangknyfe, and he's so fucking cool. He's such a badass. And like the thing about like Burn the Witch is that they have dragons, right? And they like hunt other like rogue dragons. This guy, like, his thing is like graffiti. He leads like a group of like wizards called like the Taggers or something like that.
Okay.
Such a fucking badass. Anyway, like, look him up if you want, but that's like partially a reason why I like spray paints, because of anime character, but also at the same time, it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Bruno Bangknife.
Bruno Bangknife, dude.
Wait, okay, I'm looking at a picture. Hold on.
And his like whole like main color aesthetic is blue, and I love blue.
Yeah.
Blue's my favorite color.
Nice. I
But,
like the spelling of his name is just fantastic.
yeah. Dude,
Bang, Knyfe.
Yeah. Dude, Bruno Bangknife. Yeah. Fucking
That's
G,
great.
dude. Anyways, all right. Yeah, we're sitting at like 46 right now. So,
All right.
what should we name this one?
Sucks.
Like,
This week sucked.
maybe like
It didn't suck completely.
Trials and Tribulations of the Second Semester.
We already have one called The Second Semester.
Oh, that's true.
What about just trials and what is a tribulation?
Like a annoyance, maybe like a worry. I don't know. Fucking like what are we doing? What's happening?
We already had one like that too. It's like, what's the routine?
Have we just been locked in a constant state of like confusion and
Well,
like,
I mean, this one was different. Those were like more early stuff. This is more like now that we're in it. Now it's like a grind. You know, this is different. I think.
nose to the grindstone?
Nose to the grindstone. Okay, sure.
All right. Goodbye, audience.
See ya.